it's a Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to do a video today using some products that I picked up recently since Makeup Geek relaunched. They have been out of stock of a lot of things, especially the ones that were interesting to me at my price point, so it took me a while to order them. And then I've never waited this long for anything from Makeup Geek, but I waited 3 weeks from when I placed my order until I received it. So I placed this order in February, like the last week of February, and this was the thing that I ordered. This is the Passion Mini Palette, and it looks like this. It has 3 matte shades and 1 foiled shade. And I will make sure to list the shades down below. The other thing that I picked up is that they also relaunched their blushes. I have a blush that I love from years ago from Makeup Geek, but it's in this round packaging. I don't know if they still have this shade, but I put it in the pan and I didn't put the sticker on the back, so I'll have to also leave this for you in the description box down below. So for contour today, I will be using this. This is the shade Bad Habit. It's their Warm Fair. I'm gonna start first just by grabbing a brush, and I'll use this kind of like bronzer contour today, but we'll throw some of this on first. I've always loved Makeup Geek quality. I think that it's fantastic. I was a little bit disappointed in the amount of time it took for my order to make it to me when I placed this order at the end of February. Today is the 19th of March as I'm recording this. And that's when I realized, whoa, it just came yesterday. So it came on the 18th. I thought, really? I decided also just to use a little bit of Half-Hearted. It's the Warm Medium Contour. It's just a hair darker, just kind of like right here, kind of to give me a little bit more dimension. So time for a little blush. This blush looked absolutely gorgeous to me. It's a little bit deeper than I'm used to. I'll throw the name of this up on the screen for you, but I'm gonna tap off as much as I can and then just, oh, so pretty. I realized that this is the second blush. I forgot that I ordered this blush. So when I made the purchase from M Cosmetics, I made that purchase like a week and a half after I placed this order. And it came like way before I even recorded and posted the video. So it came like in less than a week. And that's kind of what I'm used to from makeup companies. I was just surprised at the amount of time it took from when I placed my order till now. I'll quit complaining about it, but it is a beautiful shade. It's so pretty. I thought I'd also pull out one of my Makeup Geek highlights. This is in the shade Psychedelic. The one thing I'll tell you that I like about the formula of this is you can build it up to be blinding, but if you don't need that, you know, landing strip highlight, like that, this is where the highlight is. I think this is great because you can build it up. It blends beautifully, and the older I get, I still feel like I don't see a ton of texture. There are some highlights that I used to be able to wear a handful of years ago that start catching here in my crow's feet, some of those fine lines when I'm putting it right here on the tops of my cheeks. And I do have some fine lines on my forehead as well, and I always like to put a little highlight like right over the arch of the brow. And I feel like these still work beautifully. They layer up nicely, but they're not so intense the first swipe. This one is beautiful, and you can build it up if you need a little bit more, but I'm going for kind of a softer look today. So I'm gonna dip into this. This is the new Passion Mini Palette. It's $14, and for $14 you get this compact as well as the 4 pans, and they're mailed to you in their little envelopes one by one just to keep them safe in travel. What's interesting is Marlena has set up this whole idea of a matrix system where you have 4 levels of colors: light, kind of light medium, medium deep, and then deep shades. And she says you can take any of those, cool or warm, and mix them, one from the light, one from the light medium, one from the medium dark, and one from the deep, and to create a look, and it will be cohesive. And I was like, really? So this is the one, these colors kind of called to me, and I have seen these colors together in other palettes. I'm gonna start with the lightest shade right here, and I'm just gonna throw that kind of into my crease. All right, so I'm gonna go into this kind of dusty rose shade here. I'm just gonna keep using the same brush. This is the Wayne Goss 06 if you're curious. And I'm just gonna go a little bit lower and more out here on the edge. I'm gonna use this deeper shade of, I don't know, almost like a blush tone here. I'm gonna just kind of stamp it right on the outside edge. When I pick up too much, I just use my color switch to wipe my brush off on, and then I feel like I can go in and blend. They're very pigmented. They blend very easily though, I do like that. I will say that is nice about these guys here. So I'm gonna use my finger in this shade here. It's a really beautiful metallic, and I'm gonna pat this on the lid. I love the foiled shades from Makeup Geek. Forgot how good they were. Oh, so pretty. And then a clean finger kind of just to blend a little bit. So I'm going to pick up some of that first shade, run it right under the lower lash line, and it's kind of that mustardy yellow. I'm going to pick up a smaller smudgy brush and take a mixture of those two blushy pink shades, the lighter and the deeper, kind of run it right under the eye here. And then more of that lightest shade to kind of blend it out. It's getting a little smoky. I don't know how I always end up getting this smoky. I suppose I can't help myself. I'm gonna curl my lashes, throw on some liner and some mascara, and I'll be right back. So I finally figured out this blush here is called Covet. I don't remember it looking this deep on the website, but it's a beautiful color. I've always liked the Makeup Geek formula. I don't know if these got reformulated or if they just got put in square pans as opposed to the original round pans, but I've always liked also their packaging. I think it's really fantastic. So I'm very happy with this blush, but I really like this a lot. I feel like that foiled shade is just so gorgeous. And I feel like these work really, really well together. It got a little more intense, and because I just kept applying. But I love the idea of a light shade, a medium shade, a deeper shade, and then the deepest shade to create a look. So I decided, instead of buying more palettes or shadow singles from Makeup Geek to do that, I decided to create my own. And so I spent a lot of time last night going through, and these are a combination of Anastasia Beverly Hills, ColourPop, and Makeup Geek shadows. And these four, and I wanted to, if I put them too close together, I sometimes forget they're quads. And I really have been loving smaller palettes or fewer options. So I was swatching for hours yesterday getting these together, and I happened to make 3 palettes worth. And I still have a lot more single shadows. The one shadow company that I did not include in this, let's make a whole bunch of, you know, quads, are my Sydney Grace shadows. I just dropped my hair. And they kind of live in here specifically because I feel like the formula is so different. And I already have like 9 pans that are specific looks that you can do together. And then I have these 7 singles here. So I wanted to keep, Sydney Grace is like my favorite single shadow I've ever tried. I wanted to keep these separate. I used to have them all separate by brand, and I realized I wasn't using them. So the ones that I have yet to see if I can continue to make quads for, I have some warm tones here, with the exception of those bright corals and pinks in the bottom. These are my lightest shades. And then I have all of my cool tone shades in here. Greens, blues, and kind of taupey purpley shades. So I'm still going to, and it's going to take me a while to get them into quads, and I may get to the point where I don't have everything in quads, but the majority of it. And then here's what I did. They have these. These were 50 cents a piece on the Makeup Geek site. And so they're just 4 pans, and they have a clear window so you can see what they are. And once I decide that I like each one of these quads that I build, I bought 10 of these. So my 10 most used quads, I'm gonna put in here so that they're easy to see and find, like this or like this, and I'll be able to use them more regularly. I find that if I have too many options, like if you pull out one of those 30 pan ColourPop palettes, or even something like Tati's Textured Neutrals, it's like too many options. What do I use? And then I end up using too many shades, and my my eyes just look muddy. And that's user error on my part. I know I should limit myself, but I always want more. It's like, I have all the colors, let's use them all. That doesn't always make for a good or a cohesive look. So when I have a limited number, when I have like a 9-pan palette from ColourPop, or I have something like 6 colors here or 12 colors, it's a little bit easier. I tend to really enjoy palettes that are smaller with fewer options. I gotta start trying out all of these quads that I made, decide whether I like them or whether I want to repurpose those shades, because I do have a ton of these. I have 10, and then I have other palettes that will work as well. And I thought that'd be a great way for me to have my singles, like this is a look, and this is a look, and this is a look, because when I have them just sitting like this in a palette, they're pretty and they kind of all go together, but maybe I need a deeper color, maybe I need a lighter color, maybe I want a pop of blue, maybe I want a pop of green, and then I have to get all of my palettes out, and I just find I don't do that. So I thought this little 4-pan gem of a palette was the way to go for me to try the new ColourPop formula. And here's what's interesting is I feel like these are very reminiscent of the original formula that I remember. The mattes blend really easily. I just realized this metallic shade right here, this foiled shade, is called Legend. I also have it in the original round pan when they first launched foils at Makeup Geek. So this is the new square pan and this is the round pan. Let's swatch the new one first. This is the square pan. Look at how pigmented that is. And this one here is the round pan. Now, this is where I tell you also, I feel like the square pan is a little bit more foiled. The round pan I've had for years. Like when they first launched them, this was probably 6 years ago. I've had it forever. So they are the same shade, but it could just be that for me, I'm noticing, and I don't know whether this looks more foiled and more shimmery and metallic because it's brand new, or whether they really have improved the formula. I do feel like it's just a hair deeper. This one's got a little bit more orange to it, but I think they're still both fantastic shades, and I will continue to use the round pan that I have because I have it in here with this little quad that I built for myself. Overall, do I think these colors are gorgeous? Yes. I think I'm going to use these a lot, and I love having a really small and compact little, these are my shadows for today, and a limited number of colors so that I don't get too busy on the eyes, because I definitely have that as a personal fault. I just like, you give me a palette like this with like all the colors, and I'm gonna wanna use them all. That one only has 24 shades, but that's still probably 20 more than I need to create a beautiful look. My goal is to kind of find a way to better use what I have instead of continuing to purchase more and more and more. And as you can see, I have like a ridiculous number of eyeshadow singles. And I do have a whole nother one just of Sydney Grace shadows. So your girl does not need any more shadow, but I want to find a better way to use it. Hey, thank you so much for watching today. I hope that it was fun seeing me try some new products, and then running with Marlena's idea of a matrix system and going through and kind of doing it to what I already have. I'm going to be using some of these quads in upcoming looks, and I would love to know if this is something that, you know, oh, that's a great idea. Maybe I should do that to my own. I would love to know if this is kind of inspiring you to do that, or maybe to pick up some shadow singles when they're on sale and to create your own matrix. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you like what you're seeing here on my channel, would you recommend my channel to a friend? I'd really appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.